Hello, welcome. So today we are going to take a question, and if it resonates with you, you can stick around for the reading. Let's see which question comes out. Where am I called to use my voice right now? You have a soul script that was written to be spoken. Your story matters, and it's time for you to share it with the world. Today's soul action. Share your story with at least one person today. Be brave and speak your truth. Your voice will be the catalyst for healing in others. And I mean, there's a lot of different ways how you can use your voice, right? From singing to YouTube videos to meditation to telling stories. So many different things you can do with it, right? For some reason, also animation, like voice animation for cartoons, is also coming through. Motivational speaker. So I think today's reading is for someone who definitely has a story that is ready to inspire others. Well, I'm not sure about ready, but at least it's in your path, right? Maybe you are still getting ready for it. Let's see. What can you tell us? So you have activated earth, power places, key lines, trust where you're led. So it is about trusting the flow, right? There's going to be certain places, there's going to be certain moments of your life that are going to be key, right? They're going to be those pivotal moments that change everything, right? You're going in one direction and suddenly something happens and you elevate and you go in a different direction. So if the key here is to really work on your trust, on your self-confidence, on your voice, so that when you are in the right position, you can make the difference. The sacred waters, nourishment, replenishment, health, rest, self-care. So while you are not on the X point, while you are not on the place where your voice will create the most impact, while you are still on the journey, nourish yourself, right? Your intellect, your emotional self, your spiritual self. Focus on your health, focus on your inner balance as well, because if you're meant to be in the spotlight, or the spotlight doesn't mean to be globally, right? But even in your community, then you're going to be dealing with the energy of a lot of people. So the more balanced and grounded and you are, the better, and the more set in your spiritual routine you are, the easier it will be to deal with everything that's to come, right? Because if you are not feeling okay, you are not going to be able to be in front of people speaking, right? So first you have to nourish yourself. get a card for this nourishing part. And perhaps that you identify now as star seed, as people who are here like as light workers to help the earth evolve, because we do have activated earth card here, right? So perhaps you're a bit more sensitive to everything that is energy-wise, everything that creates an impact in your energetic body. We have express love through gifts. A small token of love can convey great appreciation. And here we have as well how I think that this is how your voice is going to be the gift, right? And you might feel like it's a small thing. You might somehow not be able to see your own value or impact of your story, but it is important to still give that said small token of love, right? Because what for you seems like a small pearl, it's actually a huge gift for the other person. So also there is something for you to ponder on, right? Don't ever think I'm not going to use my voice because it's not good enough. I'm not going to tell my story because it's not inspiring enough. Because you never know where the others are. You never know where they are coming from. Therefore, you cannot estimate the impact that you are going to have, right? And in the end, it would be quite selfish to keep it for yourself out of fear or out of not feeling sufficient or out of any other reason that you would find in order not to follow this path, basically. What else for those who have a soul script that was written to be spoken? Anything from this deck? Evening star, be your own guiding light, even when the path seems unclear or challenging. Hope in darkness. So even if you don't see yet the path, right, because you are still being led to these special places, trust that you are being guided. Trust that there is someone or something, whatever you believe in, that it is guiding you, right? And if you don't believe in anything, I don't know, the universe, God, whatever, then believe in yourself. Be your own guiding light. Believe in your higher self, right? All those insights that come out of apparently nowhere, they are coming from somewhere. So follow them, follow your intuition, because you are definitely in a journey, right? I mean, we all are, but you are definitely following a specific path. And even if you can't see it, it is there. We have invisible barrier, breaking down invisible barriers and welcoming new horizons. So maybe as well, here with the challenges and the invisible barriers, I think it correlates to the barriers that you create yourself, right? And how once you start nourishing yourself, once you start taking care of yourself, right, prioritizing your self-care, talking to yourself about how the future will look like, how would you like it to look like, visualizing, learning to love your voice, learning to learn the value that you carry, the value in the stories you have to share, I think that's going to help you break down these invisible barriers and to dilute these challenges that appear in your way, right? And that will bring you to new horizons as well. We have Lion. Harness the loyal and protective aura of the lion and charge ahead magnificently, which is very much related to this horizon, welcoming new horizons card, right? You have to be brave, you have to put in the strength to dare to go beyond this comfort zone, right? To break down what's already familiar, all these habits, all these thinking patterns, right? But be a bit more like the lion with this roar. See how he's not afraid to use his voice? It's actually a good point. And I mean, he's known as the king of the jungle, right? And the roar is a huge part of it because he's using his voice. He's expressing who he is through his voice, through his roar. So I think this is a reminder for you to not be afraid of your own voice, right? And even if others say something negative about it, in the end, it doesn't matter because you're still the king of whatever area you are in, right? Or at the very least, you are being shaped to be in that position. So get used to your own roar and get used to using it to break down the invisible barriers that you might have set for yourself. We have number 33. The frequency of miracles supports our belief in ourselves as a part of Source, and therefore our belief that anything is possible. And we have number 22, Divine Masculine. The frequency of Divine Masculine supports our strong, focused, and active side, allowing it to express itself while helping us to bring our dreams and ideas into form with kindness and wisdom. So here you have two very powerful cards that show how when you have an idea, when you put action into it, when you put your heart into it, right? The heart of a lion, the courage into it. When you focus on your active side, on making things happen, on creating momentum, then you can also access this frequency of miracle, right? Supporting your belief, putting yourself into it and allowing the flow of the universe to carry you to the places where you are meant to be, where you are already waited for, right? And you can get there through this belief and this new way of being, right? It's this idea of bringing ideas in your head to reality, right? The idea of the pearl up till the moment where the pearl actually materializes in your hand and forms itself. Dance of the galaxy. Dance with the galaxy's rhythm. Feel the universe pull and let it guide your soul melody. Fluidity, cosmic rhythm, soulful expression, which again brings about this idea of your voice, right? Of this melody that is created through you, right? Because if you came with this gift, then it would be a shame to waste it or not to share it with others, right? So if you trust the ebbs and flows of the universe, of life, this cosmic rhythm, right, that you can tune yourself to through meditation, through whatever practice helps you best, then you will be naturally guided to your most authentic expression of yourself. I hope it's making sense, but overall, I'll remind the question was, where am I called to use my voice right now? So following the cards coming out, I think that right now you're being called to prepare yourself for when you get to the place, because this will come naturally. It's going to be out of your control, right? But you can already prepare yourself to be the best, highest version of yourself, so that when you are placed in the most optimal moment of your life, like on what I mean is, so that when your moment comes, you are ready and you know that you can contribute, and you know that it's gonna have a positive impact, and you know that you'll be able to speak your truth, and you know that you'll be able to, through your voice, help others, right? And that is a part of this activated earth, right? That is a piece of the puzzle in this ascension process that we all are. What can you show us for those listening? When I think I've surrendered, I surrender more, because we can always surrender more to this cosmic rhythm, right? Sometimes we think we are already doing enough, being enough, but we are not surrendering enough, right? To allow it to guide us, to look at the stars, to see how they show us the direction, right? And we have, I find, a deeper meaning and personal growth amid the discomfort. So of course it's gonna be uncomfortable to grow, because I mean, it's more than normal to have growth pains, to step outside of your comfort zone, to step into the unknown. Of course, all of that brings fears and doubts, right? It's the oldest story out there. But if you find a meaning in it, if you know the why of why you are doing it, if you find the purpose in it, and if you approach it as a step on your personal growth, then that will help you through the discomforts, right? That will help you be someone who's more, who's stronger, who has more confidence, who can persevere through the hardships of life, right? And all of those are actually going to become stories for you to tell in the future. And because they are coming from your own evolution, the authenticity that they carry, right, it also translates into a vibration that will heal others, that will speak to others. All right, if you chose to listen this till the end, thank you so much. Let me know in the comments your opinion. I think it's the first time I do such a video, this kind of content. And yeah, I wish you such a lovely week ahead, and hopefully you'll feel a bit more empowered to share your voice and your story with others. Have a lovely one. Bye bye.